Welcome to NH Unscripted. Andrew Gibson once again filling in for Ray here at the Hill Valley-like digs of the WKXL studios. And if you're wondering why I said Hill Valley, we'll get to that in just a second. First and foremost, as we always do, we like to thank our sponsors on this show. And our sponsor for this show is Big Dog Sauce, award-winning hot sauce here in New Hampshire. We highly recommend that you check them out on their website. They're located right in Hillsborough. Dan and the crew over there are doing an amazing job. Excellent hot sauce for all your barbecue needs. Well, and as I said earlier, we mentioned the Hill Valley-like digs of the WKXL studios. And here with me today is Daniel Siletti, who's a recurring guest here at NH Unscripted. Dan, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Andrew. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So, why are you here today?
Well, as you said, Ray is not here, so I am kind of here to be the embodiment of Ray, I guess you could call it. I don't know how to phrase that, but it's basically, I'm here to not only help him out and help you out, but I'm going to give you a little sample of what my show's going to be like.
Okay, yep. And what is your show?
My show's going to be called Soundtrack Cinema. We're going to feature all your favorite soundtracks, TV themes, songs sung by actors, movie musicals, etc. Mm-hmm. And, in between the songs, they'll give you little tidbits and about the songs, about the things they're from. And it's not only to entertain the people out there, but it's to educate them a little bit. Tell them something that they didn't know.
Okay. And what are some examples of that? So I think you have a list for us today.
I do have a list for you. So, I'm always on a kick. Ask anybody I know, ask my friends, my family, they'll always say, oh, Daniel's on a kick for something, and he's not going to stop talking about it. And one of those things right now is I covered it on my show at Conquer TV, actually. We did other sci-fi shows, and one of the ones that was so cheesy and so, I don't want to say stupid, but was a thing from the late 70s, early 80s called Buck Rogers in the 25th century.
Now, some people of a certain age would remember Buck Rogers. I vaguely remember Buck Rogers through reruns and things like that, radio dramas and what have you.
Yeah.
I'm a little slightly on the older side, but not as old as some of the people that would remember Buck Rogers. So what is the sound that we're about to hear right now?
So what you're about to hear is, basically you got to realize that this was a 30s, like you said, serial type of a thing coming into the 70s. And what they wanted to do was they wanted to make a big thing where Buck Rogers is this astronaut frozen in time and returns to space 500 years later. And he has to live life in the 25th century. He looks a lot like the 70s, and you're going to hear a lot of 70s groove going on in there.
Okay. Well, let's listen to some Buck Rogers in the 25th century. Wow.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's heroic.
It's very heroic.
Very heroic.
Well,
yeah.
The thing about this song is that when the pilot was originally a TV movie that got a theatrical release, and the opening credits to this movie, I don't know what they were thinking, but not only does that song have lyrics, it's slowed down, and Buck is supposed to be, this is supposed to be a guy kind of in his psyche, and all he can think about is lying there on his own name. That's what the opening, he's lying on his own name, and he's got women coming all over him, and I'm like, what is this, Space James Bond? What's going on here?
I feel like that was like a theme of the, the male hero back in, this would have been what, the 50s, the 60s, somewhere in that time frame. So, from the 50s up through, all the way up through the 70s and the 80s, like the classic hero is always like a guy who was like, a ladies' man.
Well, exactly.
So that James Bond kind of motif, but, it almost feels like somebody pitched, because I've seen a few episodes.
Yeah.
And it does. It feels like somebody pitched, like, let's take James Bond, but put him in space.
Which they never did that before, no.
No, not once.
In fact, the same year that show came out. But no, it was... it's still a fun show. You just have to swallow the cheesiness. Gil Gerard was great. We just lost him actually recently. Erin Gray, Wilma Deering, she's great. My favorite character of all time is Twiki, the little robot that walks around.
Oh, of course, you got to have the comedy relief, and it's always a robot. It's always a robot. It's always like an alien.
Voiced by Mel Blanc.
Voiced by Mel Blanc, and those who don't know Mel Blanc, if you've ever watched Looney Tunes, he's Looney Tune.
Everywhere. But no, Space James Bond. My favorite scene of all time is he's going through like a whole let's look into your memory, Buck, because we have a clip show episode. We got to look into your memory, and all it is him smiling in a chair, and you see on a screen, woman, woman, woman. And it's like, oh my gosh. Anyway, yeah, so that's Buck Rogers. It's a fun show, but you just gotta swallow it and say, okay.
Little dated.
I'm always on a kick, though, about old shows, and when I was a kid, I remember it would always be on. And for some reason, I always loved the theme song, which sometime we'll have to play, to a show called Seventh Heaven. And it lasted 11 seasons.
It was over a decade, yeah.
Over a decade on the WB channel, the CW, for those of you who don't know. And now here's the funny part. This show starred a gentleman by the name of Stephen Collins. If you don't know who Stephen Collins is now...
He's got a sordid history.
Not going to get into it. Yeah, it's just he's got a sordid history. However, he and his TV wife, Catherine Hicks, they are both actually Star Trek people. Stephen Collins was in the infamously Star Trek motion picture, and Catherine Hicks was in Star Trek 4. So it always made kind of a funny thing. Well, hey, do you know Captain Kirk? I know Captain Kirk. Anyway, yeah, the show was great. It was about Collins playing a minister to this tiny little town. A lot of things happen.
Very large family. Great kids. Love all the actors in that family.
They all went on to
themselves go into big projects as well.
Yeah. And it always seems like if an actor does know how to sing, they will actually go ahead and put out an album. And Collins actually knows how to sing, unlike other Star Trek leading men. And Collins put out a couple albums, and he sang on the show too. And one of the albums he put out by his own titled name album was he did a lot of covers. And one cover was the old 50s hit, Hello, Mary Lou. Mm-hmm. I think we have that.
We do. Yeah, we have just enough time to play a little bit of it.
Cool, let's do it.
Hello, Mary Lou. Goodbye, heart. Sweet Mary Lou, I'm so in love with you. I knew, Mary Lou, we'd never part. So hello, Mary Lou. Goodbye, heart. Passed me by one sunny day, flashed those big brown eyes my way, and ooh, I wanted you forevermore. Now I'm not one who gets around, swear my feet stuck to the ground, and though I never did meet you before, I say hello, Mary Lou. Goodbye, heart. Sweet Mary Lou, I'm so in love with you. I knew, Mary Lou, we'd never part. So hello, Mary Lou. Goodbye, heart.
That's him playing the guitar, I think.
Yeah.
I saw your lips, I heard your voice. Believe me, I just had no choice. Wild horses couldn't make me stay away. My thought about a moonlit night, arms around you.
And it's funny because I actually now recall this. He guest spotted on The Office as Andy's dad.
Oh, no kidding.
And Josh Groban played Andy's brother. And so at one point they were kind of riffing on the guitar. So now I do remember he
yeah, I mean,
played music.
You got to separate the art from the artist here. So he's a good singer and a great show.
Really? Yeah. I mean, it was a classic. I think my sister watched it. I was not a big fan, but I remember it being on a lot.
Absolutely.
Well, that segment blew by in a fast little lightning bolt. So yeah, this is NH Unscripted. Daniel and I are in the house, and we're just talking about soundtrack cinema.
That's what we're doing.
Yep. So join us when we come back. We'll probably have some familiar and maybe some not so familiar things for you guys to hear. This is NH Unscripted. WKXL, 1450 AM, 103.9 FM in Concord, and 101.9 FM in Manchester. NHTalkRadio.com. No, you're not confused. You're not watching an Olympic broadcast right now. You're listening to NH Unscripted.
That second half is new to me. I don't know that part.
Yeah, I don't know that part either.
That's not the part I knew.
Well, yeah, and you are listening. We are in the, Ray would probably say we're in the Italian-like digs of the
Alps.
The Alps of WKXL Studios here in Concord. That was the theme music to the Olympics.
Yeah. That is a wonderful theme, and just having the Olympics was loads of fun. I told Ray, we should do Olympic movies. I should come on and talk about Olympic movies because there's
just too many. There's almost too many.
There's almost too many. I mean, I would have said Eddie the Eagle's a good one.
Miracle.
If you want to jump into summer, Chariots of Fire.
Oh yeah.
Instant
Speaking
classic.
of classic themes.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure we'll play that at some point.
Chariots of Fire.
Instant classic, Cool Runnings.
Oh yeah, Cool Runnings is a good one.
And because I'm the oddball, it would take too long to explain, but For Your Eyes Only, it's an Olympic movie. Just watch it.
It is.
Just watch it and you'll see. But no, that opening bit there, Bugler's Dream, is not done by the king of soundtracks, John Williams. That was done by Leo. I always get his name wrong. It begins with an A. But Williams covered that and added his own famous, dun 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 theme. I think in 1992, I think it was, and that became so big and so famous, and everybody loved it. So that's the great one right there. Which is it's not technically a movie theme, but it's shown on television. You hear it every 2 years. So
it's an iconic score.
It is,
every so often we hear it. Whether it's wintertime, summertime.
Yeah.
I mean, anyone who's a sports fan or just loves the Olympics, that theme. And it's been used not just for the Olympics, but it's been used, to riff on comedy. I mean, we've heard it in so many variations in one way or another across media.
Same goes for Chariots of Fire.
Exactly. So you may not have seen Chariots of Fire, but you know the music, and I guarantee you've heard it.
I will say, I think it was a couple, maybe back at Christmas time even, I saw Chariots of Fire for the first time. I'll admit this. I saw it for the first time, and I didn't know that right off the bat they did the slow-mo running, and it was like, oh wow, okay.
Oh yeah, no,
that's
the gag. Yeah, that is the running gag.
Right. Yeah, I knew the gag, but it's like, oh man, we're kicking it off right away. But you said before the break that we're going to jump into familiar and unfamiliar territory.
Of course.
So the Olympics, pretty familiar, and this one is going to be also a little bit familiar, but you got to wait for it a little bit. Who doesn't love a good Pirates of the Caribbean movie, I say?
I like all of them.
I like them all.
Even though the one that we're about to play is not the most popular.
It's not. And I'll tell you why I actually like this one a lot. It's because I love the first one. The second and third, for me, got a little too long and a little too detailed. It's like, okay, you're getting really deep into the lore here, which is fine.
Which is funny because I love the third one.
A lot of people do.
I absolutely love the third one.
And I couldn't tell you much about the fifth one, honestly. It's been a while.
I enjoyed the fifth one a lot.
Yeah.
More so than this one, but this one has its moments.
This one has its moments. This is on Stranger Tides, and I like it, I think, because it's a very laid out plot. We're going to go find a treasure, the end.
And that's it.
That's it.
We're gonna forego most of the popular characters. We'll keep a couple, but it's almost like a side quest. It feels very much like a side quest movie.
It is, yeah. But this is a track called Jack's Escape from On Stranger Tides, and what you're gonna have to visualize is the scene where Jack is with the king of England, and he's talking to Barbossa, who's now a privateer for the king, and says, okay, I can't do this. I can't work with you. This is too weird. This is too royal for me. And the last word he says before the track plays is, I understand everything, except that wig.
And then, he gets out of Dodge. So
Gets out of Dodge.
Jack's escape.
So good. That is so good.
It's a great track. And again, that movie is like we said earlier, it's kind of a side quest from the main plot line of the Pirates. Because again, with the first trilogy, they closed that story more or less. So it's like, where do you go? Well, we'll just come up with this little side story about the Fountain of Youth, and that track is great because it starts out fun and over the top, which is very Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
And then it kind of goes into like this almost like foreboding sense of like, okay, if you watch the movie, not trying to spoil anything if you haven't seen it, but like it does go into kind of a mystery element when he has escaped from the Royal Navy.
Yeah. And
so like it's very interesting.
And like you said with the fun, I mean, he's swinging from the chandelier. He grabs the cinnamon bun or whatever it is.
He's determined to get that the sweet roll or whatever it is.
And that's loads of fun. And honestly, it's I like that it's a side quest, and I found out that it's not only is it kind of original, but it's based on a book.
Oh yeah,
it was a book on Stranger Tides, and the producers and writers just decided to mix everything together with pirates. Mm-hmm. There's a thing about the end credits. If we ever play it, I gotta mention that one time. But there's an interesting end credits team up, I would say. That's a future thing there.
Because Hans Zimmer did the score for
Hans
this,
Zimmer
if I'm not mistaken.
did all the pirates except the first one, which was Klaus Bado, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Which Hans Zimmer, to me, I always call him the Blom guy.
Oh, yes.
But this is actually really nice, so I like his pirate scores. So, here we are in February, and I I said to myself, if I ever got to do a Valentine show, I'd have to play all the love themes that I know in the world. And I had a tradition a while ago. I said, I'm going to watch everyone's favorite Valentine's Day movie. And people who know me be like, of course he's watching this. The Spy Who Loved Me. Roger Moore's third outing as James Bond. And it's a classic. It's a great movie. It's kind of a movie that saved Bond because Man with the Golden Gun was not that well received, and Moore did not do well in that movie at all.
Because nothing says Valentine's more than James Bond. I will say we don't have a lot of time to play this track. We'll definitely open the next segment with it.
We should definitely do that.
Let's talk about it for a second.
Let's talk about it. Yeah, no, Spy Who Loved Me is a great movie. I only watch it because of that loved word in there pretty much. But
sure.
It is a great movie. If you've never seen it, Roger Moore, top of his game. Barbara Bach playing Anya, the Russian spy. You have Stromberg, who's kind of a villain, but has a great henchman in the form of Jaws.
Oh, yeah. I think you remember Jaws more than you remember Stromberg.
That's true. Movie. And then basically he just wants to engulf the world in water.
Because what villain doesn't want to in water for whatever reason?
We'll have to play the soundtrack at some point because this movie was released in 1977, and there is a heavy, heavy disco beat in there.
I mean, it is the 70s.
It's the 70s.
Well, I hope you guys are having a good time. I know we are.
Oh, yeah.
We're having a great time here at NH Unscripted. WKXL 1450 AM, 103.9 FM in Concord, and 101.9 FM in Manchester, and NHTalkRadio.com. Stay tuned when we get back. A bit of The Spy Who Loved Me, and maybe a few other things you may or may not be familiar with, so please stay tuned.
So good. So good.
Oh my gosh.
Carly Simon.
Very 70s.
It's very 70s.
Very 70s, like love ballad.
But it and this one really did kick it off for the love ballad era of Bond, because you had this, Moonraker, For Your Eyes Only, All Time High, and then
that was kind of the Roger Moore era.
That was Roger. Well, then in 1985, Duran Duran comes in and says, "Hey, when are you going to do a real Bond theme?" And they come in with A View to a Kill.
And now for something completely different,
which is also good. But yeah, no, I love that theme. It's a really nice piece of music, and Marvin Hamlish, who wrote the song with Carly Simon. Just a great combination there, and yeah, I think people have to watch Roger Moore and all the old guys as well, because everyone's so centered on Daniel Craig, and also this song shows you that you can have a song called Nobody Does It Better, but you can also insert the title of the movie in there very, very quickly, and there you go, you're done. And then you look at like Casino Royale. It's just You Know My Name and Another Way to Die for Quantum, and it's like, guys, come on. It
just gets a little darker. It's like
throw the title in there. But yeah, no, it's a great piece of music. So definitely get a chance to listen to that more, and
you could do a whole show on the Bond soundtracks.
Don't tempt me.
Or at least the title songs.
Do not tempt me, because everybody that knows me is just chomping at the bit waiting. Oh, he's gonna do it.
He's gonna do a Bond episode.
I gotta turn the radio off. He's gonna do it. No. So yeah, no, it's a great bit of music, but we can stick in the sneaky genre, I guess you could call it. There's a good trilogy out there. I can say trilogy now.
Yeah, you can say trilogy now.
I can say trilogy, called Now You See Me. Mm-hmm. And now I came to the game a little bit late. I think the first two had already come out. But people said, hey, Daniel, you should check these out. And the best way I can describe it is, if you like oceans and you like magic, then you're going to love these movies. Because that's essentially what they are. It's magicians pulling off heists, and that's it.
Right. I mean, and the thing is like, I didn't care too much for the Oceans movies. Like, they were okay.
Yeah.
They're good, especially the first one.
Oh,
but and the originals with, Mr. Frank Sinatra.
Oh, the Rat Pack, yeah.
With the Rat Pack. But, Oceans is good. I feel like Now You See Me is better.
It is.
It is. It takes that genre, that, the heist genre, and says, well, what if they were all like really, really good magicians? And yes, some of the stuff's a little larger than life, sure.
Yeah.
But still great movies, and it's in a great ensemble piece. Everybody in it is so good, and they work so well together.
Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson, Dave Franco,
and Dave Franco, like the lesser known Franco brother, but he's fantastic in it.
He's got something to stand on now.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So these are great, and the music fits so well in it. It's very, very heisty, very, very sneaky, and I think we have the main theme for it a little bit
right here.
Yeah, that's it.
Brian Tyler did the composing
Yeah,
for that
Brian
one.
Tyler. I wanted I was chomping at the bit to get to that last part.
That little bit there,
because
yeah.
it's so good.
It's like the reveal of the horseman usually is when they use that for that track.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think even as sequels go, they hold up because they're not bad.
No, and it's something slightly different each time, and they
come up with
introduce
new
new
tricks.
characters. Yep.
Which is good. Yeah, switching up the characters. If you're a Isla Fisher fan or Lily Kaplan
Yeah.
fan. And again, spoilers. If you watch As the Real Turns, my Conquer TV show, you know I'm not afraid of spoilers.
Sure.
In the third one, I'm so happy they bring the two women together.
Yep.
Which is nice.
Nice blending of every person that's been a part of it since day one.
Day one, yeah. And you got some legend actors here. You got Michael Caine. You got Morgan Freeman. And in the second one, I swear they did it on purpose. You have a magic movie, and your villain is Daniel Radcliffe.
Who even goes as far as to make a joke about dabbling with magic in high school, which I thought was hysterical.
I didn't catch the high school part.
He does, yep. There's a moment where he tries to do a card trick, and he goes, I dabbled with a little bit of magic in high school, and I loved the little, nod or snub to Harry Potter, because as much as he gives credit to, obviously Harry Potter being, this huge part of his life.
Yeah.
He's definitely tried to steer away from it over the last few years.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's got that new show coming up.
And he's got all these other niche projects he's worked on, and obviously his massive Broadway career now. So
my question is, Mr. Radcliffe, and then go ahead and include Mr. Grint and Ms. Watson. Can you please just do the Cursed Child? Can you please just get it over with? Because that's what we want. That's what we want.
Tom Felton didn't shy away from it.
That's right. I'm talking on film. I'm not talking on stage.
We'll see what happens.
Can we get that movie going? Please?
I don't know. Their relationship with Rowling is not exactly great right now.
Yeah,
so.
that's true. But gee, if only there was a person who wrote a fun book and made it his own fan fiction thing. Gee, I couldn't think of anyone.
Oh, well, there you go. Send him a letter.
I'm telling you.
Well, this is NH Unscripted. We are into the thick of it. We only have a few more tracks to go. No, but, just stay tuned because I think you guys are going to like this. So You're listening to NH Unscripted here at WKXL 1450 AM, 103.9 FM in Concord, and 101.9 FM in Manchester, and at nhtalkradio.com. Stay tuned. We have a couple more left and a lot to talk about. You are here at NH Unscripted, and something Ray about Car 54 like digs at the WKXL studios here in Concord. I'm Andrew Gibson, subbing for Ray. With me is Daniel Siletti.
Hello.
One of our favorite reoccurring guests here on the show.
Yes.
I can talk. Words are hard sometimes, especially when you talk for a living.
I hear that.
Well, we've been covering some great soundtrack cinema.
Yeah.
Here on NH Unscripted today, and we've covered a whole plethora of topics. But I think we have another one to talk about.
I think we do. Yeah. I want to stay on the Now You See Me train a little bit. I'll be honest. When it comes to modern day pop themes, I'm not the biggest fan. Sometimes it really has to grab me somehow, and most of the time, if it's associated with a movie, it has a pretty good chance, but not all the time. Honestly, for some reason, I don't know why Rihanna did a song for Star Trek Beyond, the last Star Trek movie.
It was a choice.
It's called Sledgehammer, but I listened to it and I'm like, okay, not the biggest fan. Whatever. But for the third Now You See Me, there was what did we say her name was? Renee
Rapp.
Renee Rapp. She did a song called Lucky for the third Now You See Me, and I gotta say, for a modern day pop song, 2025, wasn't too bad. I think we should give it a listen.
Alrighty.
don't get touchy. I go fast, baby, I go hard. Don't leave a scratch when I crash my car. Stepping on stars on the boulevard. I'm kind of funny, I get so lucky. 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 Hear me out. I've never been so good at listening. I'm good at getting what I want. Don't need forgiveness or permission. 'Cause I'm so fly and I'm so money, baby. You can't look, but don't get touchy. I go fast, baby, I go hard. Don't leave a scratch when I crash my car. Stepping on stars on the boulevard. I find it kind of funny. I get so lucky. Okay, got my way. It's almost like I'm Renee. Oh no, where'd I go? Now you see me, now you don't. Okay, got my way. It's almost like I'm Renee. Oh no, where'd I go? Now you see me, now you don't.
All right.
Had to get that in there.
I had to get that last part in there, but you know,
She said the thing.
she said the thing. It's like Spy Who Loved Me. You know, just
Right.
sneak it in there. No, I don't know what it is. I really, really like that. It fits, I think.
It doesn't just fit. It actually matches the tone of that movie. 'Cause,
Right?
Granted, all three of the movies have this kind of mischievous, like playful,
Right.
aspect to it. But I feel like the third one more so, especially because without spoiling too much, in the third one you have kind of a plucky new troupe of magicians
That's
that are
right,
working
yeah.
with our veteran magicians from the previous two films. And so there's definitely a more of a younger, youthful, more playful tone to this one. And I feel like that song sort of encapsulates that.
Yeah, and yeah, like we said, she said the thing. I will say that man, we should start like a tick box every time I say it. I will say there is a reference in here that I'm going to call it a reference.
Sure.
I'm going to call it a Bond reference because there's a scene where Jesse Eisenberg is talking to our villain of the movie, played by Rosamund Pike, and she's this diamond head, basically. She
And there's some like Nazi ties in there too.
a little bit,
and,
yeah. And she is the keeper of this diamond, and through some sleight of hand that is explained, Eisenberg gets the diamond, and he says to her something like, "And don't forget that diamonds are forever." Now, not only I know that's an actual term and
It
all,
is,
but
yep.
not only Connery's last official film was called Diamonds Are Forever,
Correct.
but who is Jesse Eisenberg talking to? Rosamund Pike. Rosamund Pike herself, a Bond girl.
Former Bond girl.
Former
yep.
Bond girl in Die Another Day. So I'm calling it. I might be just stretching, but you know.
No, it could have been a happy accident, but I mean that's a lot to tie in for one line.
Yeah.
To have a former Bond girl, a former Bond title, in a like kind of spy-ish sort of movie. That's more than just a coincidence.
And we'll just throw it in there. He's wearing a tux.
And
There
he
you
is,
go.
and he's wearing a tux when he shows it to her. So
So I don't know. Maybe it's me, but yeah, I think it's fun. But regardless, definitely those movies and those pieces of music, the actual theme, and then that Lucky song, really good stuff. I think
so. Yeah, it's just fun. It's just all around good fun. So if you haven't seen the Now You See Me trilogy, go see it.
Do it. Yeah,
Seriously,
do it. Now I'm always, I'll stay on the path one more time. I'm always picking out actresses that I say like, oh, I think she could be a great Bond girl or something like that. She would be great in a Bond movie. Okay, one of them is we all have a celebrity crush, right?
sure.
We all have a celebrity crush. One of my big ones is Danica McKellar.
She was a lot of people's.
She was a lot of people's. And of course, her big thing was a show, late 80s, early 90s, set in the late 60s and early 70s, called The Wonder Years, where she played the adorable Winnie Cooper, and alongside Fred Savage, Kevin Arnold. Now, I have a book. It's the Life's Little Instruction Book. And one of the things in the very back of the book was watch reruns of the Wonder Years. And I said, it must be a sign. So I watched it and I loved it. And her theme, Winnie's theme in this show, done by W.G. Snuffy Walden, is one of the greatest love themes I think ever. It's such a nice theme, and I think we should play that real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Such a nice theme. It's so
simple.
pleasant.
It definitely kind of has that, like, what's the term I'm looking for? Like coming of age kind of, yeah. Which that show very much was.
It was. I remember I listened to a cover of this song, and the description of it said, if this song doesn't play when you meet the girl of your dreams, then she's not the girl for you, or something like that. I don't know.
I don't know how many people are meeting people and hearing a song in their head. I wonder if that's actually happening.
I mean, it'd be nice, but no, it was fun. So that's a good song.
Well, once again, we've covered so many things and still feel like we barely scratched the surface,
I know.
which means I guess we're just going to have to do another one at some point.
Darn.
Oh, darn. So sad. And hopefully Ray will be back for the next one.
There you go.
Well, thank you all for joining us. This has been NH Unscripted. Andrew Gibson and Daniel Siletti signing off. Please, please, please tune in. This is WKXL's 80th year, after all, so you guys should definitely give us a listen. Here at WKXL 1450 AM, 103.9 FM in Concord, 101.9 FM in Manchester, and at nhtalkradio.com.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you.